Hey you guys, I'm back and I am in my truck and trailer, of course, and I am having a great day. I'm working the late shift, which I like. The late shift for me is peaceful and relaxing. Um, all the politics and everything else is gone home, hopefully sleep. No traffic. You don't fight traffic as much, so it's good on fuel. Um, it's quieter, more of a slow pace. I think the hardest thing about night driving is staying up. If you can stay up, you good. You can keep rolling. While you're on the road, you have different things that you have to keep in mind. I usually plan where I'm gonna stop, where I'm gonna take my breaks. Lit areas, of course, truck stops, which is my favorite. Rest areas are very nice too. You'll be surprised. And you also have to know where to stop and where you're gonna take your 10 hours. So once you get there, you won't be panicking like, oh my God, I only have like 10 minutes, and then you're looking everywhere to park this truck. By then, everybody has parked and the parking lot is full. So pretty much you have to plan it out. When Flying J or Love's is full, you go to a mom and pop. Most likely you'll find somewhere, or the rest areas as well. Um, it's certain places, certain shippers let you park, but overnight, some of them really won't. So you have to kind of call or know your shippers and see if you can take your 10 at the shippers or the consignee. I used to love that because you can conserve your hours. So your truck really is not moving the next day. So pretty much you're not on the clock. You can just kind of like log off completely. So that's my favorite. If a shipper or consignee let you come in and park overnight, then just ride it on out. You wake up and pretty much off duty. So that'll help you get to the next point that you're trying to get to. I enjoy nights. I know it's kind of weird. I guess I'm a vampire, but it works for me. It works for me, and like I said, all the hustle and bustle is gone out the door. Like it's just you in the truck. You are pretty much doing your own thing, your own pace. You don't have to be stressed about traffic or the telltales, the people that tell all the time, what you're doing, how you're doing it, you didn't do this right, you know what I'm saying? Although everybody's trying to keep their job, no one's trying to break the law or, not follow rules and regulations, but it's you have your snitches in every industry, pretty much watch you and will tell, just like kids. It's horrible. Why? I don't know. And pretty much I've never been that type of person. I don't think going into dispatch a lot is beneficial. In trucking, I feel like the less they see you, the better it is. The more they see you, something ain't right. So I try to stay out the office. I try to stay out the emails and just pretty much just do my thing with trucking. So at nighttime, I usually have a snack. I don't eat a whole lot because at nighttime I get the itis. And I'm a foodie, so I love food, but then after a good meal, it's time to lay it down. And you can't do that in the truck. You have to pretty much still be alert, still be energetic, and still can move. Pace yourself though. No rush, no rush. So I don't eat a whole lot. I maybe do a lot of snacking. I do a lot of fruit. Or I find myself doing sandwiches. Every so often, if I cooked a really, really good meal, I will do the meal earlier that day. Not late. Not no 10 o'clock meal. I would probably, as soon as I kind of get on the clock, probably do it no later than 7 o'clock. You know, so you still, your metabolism is still burning it off. Yeah, because that doesn't work for me. So yeah, I do my little snacks. I do, you know, my little cookies and my chips. I'm a snacker. And you have to watch that too, because it goes straight to the belly. You know, before you know it, you'll have a truck driver belly. Everybody got a truck driver belly. So yeah, you have to work with that, with the chips, the snacks, the cookies. I love my candy bar and my Coke. You know, it's just different little remedies at night. Like you can do a Mountain Dew with a Snicker, or you can do a Snicker bar with a Coke, and that's a light little rush. You know, if you get real bad and sleepy, you can do BC powder and a Coke, and they usually kind of keep you up. You got a good 2 or 3 hours. So if you just run on them last couple of hours and you running on fumes, that will keep you going. Like those little methods, you know, it's like little things that'll keep you going. That's semi-healthy. You know, you don't have to, if you know you didn't probably drunk too many energy drinks, or you're trying to stay off the energy drinks, a BC powder and a Coke will get you through. You know, if you seem a little tired or sleepy, pop a BC powder, Mountain Dew, and they get you there. I promise. And you start finding different little stuff, because I'm telling you, if you sleepy and the shipper is like maybe an hour away, you really want to get there. But you want to get there safe. You want to get there safe and sound and get these people their load. So I just came up with all kind of little remedies, old school remedies, you know, and it has helped me a many days. It's a many days I had to really shake back, because I'm like, I'm looking cross-eyed, like, give me the bed. Matter of fact, I sleep under the bed, you know. It's long days, but like I said, you kind of pace yourself. And this is the type of job that you can take a nap. If, you know, safe and legal, if you need to take a nap, pop them brakes, take a nap, and maybe 30-minute power nap, get back up, and you can push through. I advise anybody to take a nap. If you feeling that bad, just take a nap, because you can't fight fatigue. I'm telling you, you do not want to be cocked up in no ditch, and all you needed was 40 minutes to an hour to, you know, lay your head down. So with nights, I like the lights. There's certain trucks that have like, they just freaked it out. So they have like green lights and blue lights on their trucks or they trailers and stuff. I really like that. I think that's dope. So it's fun. You know, we our own little community. How they, you know, you get a chance to see how they kind of like detail their trucks at night. I think that's fun. I like to see the city lights. You know, like, so it's exciting to see the city at night. Sometimes you're going through the city and it's in the daytime, but you probably can, you know, see the city life. You can't go partying, but you can see the excitement. You almost can feel it, you know, just by how the city may look. And so I like that. That's a benefit. Another benefit is you don't feel so much pressure, you know, and you can control your load. At nighttime, you control your load and just kind of push it on through for in the morning. You know for sure you're gonna get there. Sometimes if you wait till the last minute and then you like pushing that early that morning, you kind of sometimes end up being late, because traffic, you can't control traffic. You know, you don't know what's ahead. There might be a fatality, God forbid. Just different little stuff. Like you may get to the shipper and now you got like 4 or 5 trucks ahead of you. Well, if you do it at nighttime and travel, I'm quite sure you'll be one of the first or the second trucks getting ready, you know, in line. So you're already there. Like they say, the early bird catches the first one. So you already ahead. And then with that being said, you have time to get you some rest. So once you know, nights, you drive, you know, of course, all night to find your shipper. You find your shipper, safe parking, and then your 10, and then by then, However time you need to get up safely, you can rest yourself. And like I said, sometimes you can just park at the shipper, get you a few hours, and then once they load you, you can go somewhere, park, and you take you up, you know, maybe 2 or 3 hours or whatever it may be, and haul ass, and you didn't finish your load. So you didn't put yourself a day ahead. And it's a sacrifice for those 3 or 4 hours that you know, maybe sleeping after you get loaded. But just think of you going home, like you on your way home, because it's nothing like filling your own bed. You know, I used to be like, oh my God, I just want to fill my bed when I get home. I don't care how that sleeper feel in the back. I don't care what cushion you put on there or what comforter. It's nothing like your own bed. So I pretty much trying to get home as quick as I possibly can. So you make a sacrifice today to live, you know, not to live better, but to be home or be comfortable tomorrow. And it seems it's something about once you get home, it's like your whole body just, it's like you ain't realize how tired and pretty much running on fumes. And when you hit that bed, it's something about that bed, always is, you know, and you just sleep it off, get your life again, and then you ready. You know, you ready to, I guess, play with the kids or date the wife or, you know, date your husband. I always say that because I've been on both sides. I've been the truck driver's wife and I've been a truck driver. And once we do get home, we're so tired. And your spouse have covered everything at home, you know, have did everything. You provide, but the footwork, you know, and wrestling with those kids. So when she see you, she's ready to date. You know what I'm saying? She has hold herself. She's ready to date. And so I always tell even my coworkers, date that woman. When you get home, I know you're tired. Get that first night of sleep. Say, hey, baby, look, I'm tired. Just let me sleep, and I got you. And the next day, pretty much date her, you know, or let her go by herself to the spa, get her nails done, you know, just pretty much can focus on her for a change. And you take the kids. Most time men, which has happened to me, they come off the road, they sleep in, and then they hand you a couple of dollars to take them to Chuck E. Cheese. Well, I done seen your kids for 2 weeks. I need to see you, sir. You know, and that's how you be feeling. And before you know it, you like, what did I do? How did we get here? You know, and it's something that simple. So that's why I really want to slide that in, because I used to, when I first started truck driving, I used to go in the driver's room, and I used to be like, all these men crying over they marriage. You know, everybody hollering about they divorced or they lost their wife or whatever. And so a couple of years later, I'm in the driver's room. I'm crying over my husband, you know, because I had even got to that point. You know, I hop in the bed with some jogging pants on and so tired, and then let Snyder or somebody call me. I'm alert, energetic, everything. Where the money at? Where the bag? You know, and not realizing what I'm doing, you know. So you live and you learn. It take both people, you know. So truck driving is consuming. It takes a lot of, somebody gonna get attention, so you have to learn how to balance both. And it's a job that it takes a strong woman and a strong man to understand my partner and build trust and a lot of patience. And then we cry babies. We're gonna cry. They know everything. And that's why we saying your spouse, like the woman at the house, she was really a truck driver, because she didn't heard it all. Like, she didn't heard you cry and she can't stand your dispatcher, you know, then drag your dispatcher out down the street, you know. So she didn't heard it all. I mean, pretty much the more you talk and the more you say it, and she just on that phone, you know, she know now. She probably can come out here and show you what to do, because we cry, you know, like, do you know what happened today? You know, just tripping, and somebody got the hills, you know. And you had that one buddy We getting back to nights. You have that one buddy that you can call. Well, so at nighttime, that's the only thing. Like, you have to have you a player partner. That one, when you call him, he already know you sleepy. So he trying to josh you to keep you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he say like talking, y'all ain't talking about nothing, but it's cool. It's the love. You know, truck driving is crazy. It's just like it's a mafia, you know. So it's like the love, you know, like it's like you in tune, like our own language. Like you calling and it be about 1, 2 o'clock. You already know. He be like, yeah, cause I'm going, you know, just holding all kind of conversations. And I think that's real cool, but you have to have one, especially at nights. Somebody got to keep you up, because sometimes it take that. You can do a little of the radio sometimes, the little bit of music help you out. I did rap all the time. Hood, yeah, that's all I listen to. Hood, Zydeco, different stuff like that, that's upbeat all the time. And I'll be around here just jamming. But after a while, sometimes you still kind of get complacent. So you have that player partner, and you call him or you call her or whatever, and you just talk, and y'all just talk about all kind of stuff. I even had a little nephew. He was so cute. He was 4, and I used to call my daddy, and he'll talk to me, but you could tell he just done. He just sleep. He's sleep talking, and you just really need to hear somebody, you know. And so my little nephew, he 4, he gets on the phone. I'm like, what you doing up? And he just sitting up there just talking. I didn't know what he was doing, just jibber jabber. But it just helps you. It helps you. I think more of it sometimes is just loneliness. Because I used to call this my cubicle. You know, it's like, this is my cubicle. Like, and it's an addiction, you know. Yeah, it's an addiction. You get used to being by yourself. You really do. And it's your thing. You know, you solo dolo. And sometimes it's good on the mental, and sometimes it's not. You know, because I can get in crowds, and I'm like, you know, I'll be like, oh, it's too loud. It's too noisy, you know. And I'm like, this is my refuge over here. This is my soft place to fall, the truck, because it's yours. I'll be like, the only time you hear about anybody bother you, you done messed up. You done messed up. You got them people in your life. That's the only time you get really bothered. But other than that, this is like your cubicle down the street. You just rolling your little office down the street, you know. So you get used to that. And then, like I said, sometimes silence is good. Ooh, and it's a lot of thinking. Ooh, I done thought about everything. Sometimes your head hurt for thinking. You just thinking about all kinds of stuff. And in my case, I'm an overthinker. So trucking ain't nothing nice, you know, because you down the road thinking, am I tripping? Let me see. Then it's the cause that you just picking with people. You just being extra petty. Because you got time to think. They have their own good time and all kinds of stuff. You hear them in the background. They at their little, you know, birthday party you're missing. You know, your butt hurt, you know, or Christmas, you kind of aggravated and drove. And you hearing people and talking about how, you know, the cake and the gumbo taste. And you drove. Because you is like in Tallahassee somewhere. You know what I'm saying? In Neverland. The load nobody wanted to take. And, you know, you just kind of get frustrated or whatever. And you be like, it's just greater. It's going to be greater later. Greater later. I used to always tell myself that. It's going to be greater later. It's going to be times you're going to celebrate. It's going to be times you're going to have this pretty dress on. It's going to be time. It is not the time right now. Stay focused. Keep your goal. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's tough. So with nights, I don't know. I'm a moon child anyway. The moon relaxes me. Looking at the stars, you know, it's a good thing at night. Everything is not just all the way bad. As a woman though, when I stop, I do use my seatbelt, and I wrap my seatbelt around my handle on my door, and then I latch it, and that's my extra security. So I used to do both of the doors and latch it and close the window, and pretty much they didn't know who was in here or not, because I always try to be low-key. I, you know, took my showers early or park early so nobody won't just kind of see it's just me. And you'll be surprised. Most people, when they see women, they think, oh, she with her husband. And I let them think it. You know, hey, assume what you want. So nobody really never bothered me. I'm telling you, nobody. It's really how you carry yourself. And it's just, I felt safe. I felt protected. You know, you just know where to go and where not to go. And so a lot Lizard might have knocked on the door, but I had something for them too. I always fix them. They'll knock on the door and they'll be like, hey, you got, I was stalling them so bad. They'd be like, hey, you got $1. I say, girl, I already took, I took this truck, go to the next one. And she'd be like, okay, girl. You know, she never knew that I was the driver, you know. I'm like, girl, I got this truck. You go to the next truck, you know. And she'd be like, oh, okay, because I didn't even want her to know that I was by myself. You know what I mean? I didn't want no one to know that I was by myself. It's nobody's business. It's grown men out here getting handled. So can you imagine a woman, you know? You can protect yourself all you want to with knives and with chemicals and hazmat. You can't carry no gun in nobody's facility. So, you know, you have to learn how to just think smarter and move and maneuver how you need to maneuver, you know. And, you know, it just worked for me. You know, you just had to kind of operate in certain ways. You know, in certain places I knew was safe, certain places I didn't. Like I said, a lot of shippers let you come. I don't know if they changed it a whole lot and they let you park, or it's other little facilities that you can park at overnight, and you just find your thing, you know, that works for you. You know, you ain't got no business walking the parking lot at no 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, unless you're getting fuel, and that's respectful. Like, people not gonna bother you when you're trying to, you know, take care of your business and work. You know, I have stopped in the middle of nowhere at Love's and fueled. Nobody bothered me. Nobody bothered me, because it's just a known understanding with truckers. You know, you would even think they, hey ma'am, hey, you know, like trying to holler and stuff. They don't do none of that. You know, I use all my femininity too. You know, they might open the door so you can go in the store, and I'll be like, thank you so much. You know, they'll do something like that or let you cut in line, but ain't nobody just out there in the club wilding out, you know. Nobody. Most people that's out there and in this truck, they trying to work hard and get back home. Straight up. Straight up. Nobody ain't out there playing. If they playing, they already got a girlfriend. They already sliding in, and they ain't trying to find no extra truck driver, you know. And then that's another thing, like, it's a stigma on truck driver women. They say we worse than the men, so I don't even know. I can see how aggravating that is, because truck drivers, our time is not counted for. You know, we could be in Pennsylvania, or we could say we in Pennsylvania, but we really could be an hour away, you know. So it's kind of like, it's a trust factor. And that's one funny thing. Like, when I was dating, and he was a truck driver and we lived together, it was funny because he would be like, oh, I'm in Oklahoma. I say, no, you not. I know how to read a mile marker. You ain't dating nobody from no Taco Bell. I know how to read mile markers. I know how to mileage and the speed, you know. And boy, that was like, he started cussing, or, you know, pretty much he had to get off the phone because I just called him up, you know. I'm like, no, you ain't in no Oklahoma, sir. You could tell me something else, you know. So that's kind of crazy too, but it's the truth. And that's just how deep it is with truck driving and the trust, and pretty much just being honest. Just be honest. If you stop to the casino, or if you stopped at your girlfriend's house, say that. Cause she can come over here and help vacuum. I don't like to vacuum. You know, let's all benefit, you know. So I'm just joking, but no, seriously, trucking is pretty cool. It's like I say, it's a trust issue sometimes, but it's really, with women, it's like what did you do to make me feel like I have to question you, you know? So kind of you have to move, you know, respectfully and smart, because we catch on real quick. Nights, another benefit with nights. What else I like about nights? I don't know, because I be thinking I'm my own boss at night. You know, nobody don't bother me. I'm just easy breezy. I make sure these loads is done, and I go to the house, you know, or make sure your customers and the consignee, the shipper is happy. You know, most people at nights, I have to say, most people at night, it could be the customer, the driver, and the consignee, they are laid back. Everybody that work nights is laid back, straight up. I noticed that everywhere I go, they just on chill mode. They ain't mourning, grouchy, and holding a coffee cup or nothing. Everybody on their own pace. Everybody ain't tripping. It's just a whole nother vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like nights, working nights is a whole nother vibe to me. Ain't nobody on that I'm bigger than you, you know? So no one's here to make another person's job uncomfortable or hard, you know? And you catch the ones in the daytime, I don't know what that be about. I don't know if they just got up on the wrong side of the bed, but some of them morning people ain't morning people, you know? And I'm like, I like people, but I don't like people like that, you know? Because you try your best to just be courteous and nice, but I just look like this, sir. You know, I look like this. Nights, another thing with nights. What I like about nights, your truck, you can roll your truck, drive in pace. You don't have to race or jump over ditches. You know, you get it there on time and safe and legal. Yeah, you're just coasting. Really, you're coasting. But I do understand nights is not for everybody. I had to adjust, because sometimes, you know, I think the hardest parts of nights is keeping them eyes closed. I mean, open. I say closed. Open. Keeping your eyes open. That's probably the hardest part. Yeah. Other than that, I don't see nothing about nights being a problem. Yep. So I am going to finish up on this video. I hope I'm doing better and better as I go. I see I'm not as nervous. Last time I was, oh my God, I was nervous. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm talking about stuff I kind of like and comfortable with. And hopefully I can help somebody out. I don't know. Even just, you know, listen to me down the road at night. I'm your player partner, you know, to keep you up. Because sometimes it's just listening to voices. I have done that. You know, I done got into zodiac signs just to keep myself, you know, intrigued, or listening to like, you know, affirmations, you know, just put a lot of positive stuff in your body and in your mind, because at trucking, dealing with trucking, it's a lot of idle time too, because all you're doing is driving. So you really like going down the road thinking of everything. I done thought about the past when I was 2. I'm thinking about when I was 16. Oh, you know, you just be thinking about all kind of stuff, just weighing yourself out for no reason. You know, but whatever gets you there safe and sound. If you want to think about what happened in 1992, do it. I mean, thug it out, because you got to that place. You know, things happen, and you know how to pace yourself and how to mentally keep motivating yourself. You know, think about your goals. Think about your family. You know, think about different little stuff, because you get frustrated. When I say you be like, you could have this truck, okay? You do. You get frustrated. It takes a lot. It takes a lot, you know, and you get frustrated, but it's like for that moment. You know, you be like, I was tripping. You know, so before you even trip, just think about the sacrifice is well worth it. Just know that pretty much, okay, the economy is messed up, and we're going to get back on track. Because once it hit trucking, it has hit the bottom. Straight up. So it has to go shoot back to the top, because transportation is the last entity for any kind of recession, depression, or anything. Once it stops here, then it's nowhere else to go, because we the ones who transport everything. So when you think about that, and you think they playing with your top and playing with the lows and doing favoritism, it's a lot of that. And it's, don't leave just that job, because you're gonna go to the other job and they do the same thing. But the thing about it is, you're going to that job and they ain't hiding it. They real obvious, So you be like, dang, I should stay where I was at. Yeah. And train your dragon. Because as you work and as you stay with a company, if it's beneficial financially, stay with them. Don't stay with a company and try to hang on to it, and then you boarding up the crack house. That don't make no sense. I have did that just because, oh, it's a nice job. Oh, they so nice to me. And I'm looking at my bills like, is you a truck driver? For real, like, truck drivers, you have to think, what I made last year. So, yeah, if it's a beneficial company that you can work with, that you like, because truck driving is like a marriage. You're going to get some good out of it, some bad. You take the good with the bad. Like, this beneficial. Like, they work with my family, or they pay me well, or they're with safety. Yeah, they have good equipment. And then you're going to have something else that go on like, oh, this part I don't like about it. It's the same thing like a marriage. Trucking. So you find that one trucking company that's a marriage, and you marry them. And then you take the good with the bad, but the good always got to outweigh the bad. I'm a true believer of that. But yeah, it has to get back better before it get worse, because this is worse as I have seen with trucking. And I think, we just have to hold on tight. Don't get discouraged. I seen this in 2008. Might have been even, I think this feel a little worse. I know why it's worse, because it's the living expenses. That's what makes this feel worse than 2008. Yeah, got to be. Because it's expensive to live. Like, me breathing is expensive, That's how I feel right now. I'm like, is this normal? This ain't normal, because I make a decent check. And why am I fussing? Why am I fussing about Sam's tissue? So it's not just you. It's not just you. You just have to hang on tight, like we all are doing. Some people not saying it, but I'm here to tell you, you're not tripping. This is not normal, and I can't wait till we get out of it. But until then, like I said, maybe you can pick up some loads at night, because one thing you have to keep in mind, a lot of people don't want to work at night. So where it's slow at in the daytime, say, do y'all got some night shifts? Because a lot of people can't even do nights. They can't even keep their eyes open. Or a lot of them is babysitting their companions. They can't. I can't leave. I might be divorced in 6 months. So try nights if they kind of being funny with them loads or different stuff. See what your dispatchers can do. See if they can get some, contracts or whatever, on more of on the night side, and see if that works for you. I mean, it's less fuel. You're not gonna fight traffic. You're gonna be more relaxed, but you have to have a very good companion to understand and to keep you up sometime. I mean, let her josh you, or let him josh you. Y'all talk. Might get to know each other all over again, but she or he has to know the sacrifice that you're trying to make and what y'all trying to do now. Because right now it's just a blessing to have a job. You know what I'm saying? I'll be thinking, I get out of bed, I'll be like, oh my God, this is not real life. But then I'll be like, thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? So we have to keep that in mind too. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's time for me to load my trailer. Yeah. So I actually enjoyed this video. I hope you did too. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'm gonna come back with another banger. I got that from my daughter. Yeah. So y'all have a great day, great night, and see you next time. Bye bye.